day. The past 10 hours has just been like in so much pain.
In what way?
Just everything's just broken. Like I've already like gone way beyond like final action. I just don't know if it's just as good to treat on go to balance. Good training run there.
So this little corner here means that things didn't go to plan. I DNF'd UTMB 2022. Definitely pretty disappointed about that. I mean, a lot of people wait a long time for an entry, a bib to UTMB, and the DNF is never anything any runner wants to do. And this one really hurt. It was really tough to have to pull the plug at one of the last aid stations leading into the final sections of the race. I'll go back and talk about the race in a bit more detail, but things just fell apart from quite early on, and when I look back on the race now, I'm very proud of how far I kept going, how much I kept pushing. Ultimately, I just had the lowest of low that I just couldn't shift. Yeah, it's a hard thing to drop a race like that, especially a race of that magnitude, when you put that much energy, that much effort, that much time and money into preparing for a race like this. But some days you just haven't got it, and you've got to play it safe, and you've got to look after your body and look after your health, and that's what it ultimately came down to. This is my 4th day of training now in Teen on an easy 80-minute run, heading up to Aiguille de Percy. As you can see there, pretty epic stuff, and a great time. Feeling a little bit more adjusted to the altitude now, which is good. Definitely felt pretty rough those first few days, but just really enjoying getting into the UTMB groove now, being in the kind of mountains where you can really work hard for it. So the training build up for UTMB went really well. Based myself in Teen, I was really excited this year to be sleeping and training at a higher altitude than I have in the past. The first few days were definitely really rough and really tricky to get out and run and to feel any strength at all. But soon the body started acclimatizing and started feeling that strength coming. Started feeling like training runs were going in the right direction. So on a group run today with the guys, we've got Scott York at Haven Hawks, David Hedges, Jordan Gamito, and Tom Evans. Hell of a group out today, 30 odd K, 2,000 meters. I think this is one of our last long runs for everyone, pretty much. And yeah, amazing to be running with these guys, and good final prep for UTMB. Check out the views as well. It was amazing to have so many strong runners there at the same time, so lots of world-class runners all kind of accumulating in this one spot on the Alps in the lead up to UTMB. It was amazing to be able to do some of those training runs with those guys. Makes those 6-7 hour long runs way easier. I'm on my last long run now before UTMB. It's 7 days away. Really looking forward to being on that start line again. It's been 3 years since I've been there for my last UTMB, which has flown by. A lot has changed since then. So yeah, excited to see how I match up against the Harry of 2019. I know that I can do a better performance than I did then. So fingers crossed we can make it happen on the day. I'm feeling confident for it, feeling strong. Yeah, so I'm up in the clouds now. I'm gonna head back down to Teen, and we head to Chamonix in a couple of days. So when I left Teen race week, I felt ready, I felt energized, I definitely felt confident that I was in good shape. Felt like the taper so far at that point was going really well, and the energy was just building to get on the start line for UTMB.
So made it to Chamonix here for UTMB week, finally. It's been a busy few days already with kind of media stuff, hanging out with the Hoka crew, and yeah, it's been really exciting. Everything just moved so fast within this week. It's just incredible seeing so many trail runners from across the world. That's what makes this event so spectacular. So I'm heading to my race pack collection now. So I got my race pack on now. So my Camelback vest all loaded up with my race gear.
Hey.
Just had my blood test, a hair sample for the elites. All elites have to do the same process. Bonjour. And just to make sure that's all in order. So yeah, hopefully that's all good.
C'est bon.
The view of Mont Blanc right now is unreal. I don't know if it's going to be quite so spectacularly clear on race day, but it's brilliant to have these amazing few days right now in the lead up to the race. The weather's just spectacular, and yeah, all on point. So got to meet up with Louise River, my mum, right now, and head back to where we're staying. I just want to chill out and relax at this point. It's just gone 6 p.m, so that means it's less than 24 hours to the start of UTMB now. So just on my last little shakeout run. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling ready and ready to go. I'm excited to get going on my second full UTMB race. Woo! Oh, getting carried away. Nice bit of glacial runoff. Just chilling out, literally.
By the time race day came around, it felt like it just came really fast, which is always the way with these big races. You build it up for so long in your mind, and then by the time race day comes, it just catches you by surprise. But I was definitely ready for it coming onto that start line. And it was an amazing feeling to be on that start line again with all those runners, with all the music and all the hype, getting ready for that big loop of the mountains.
Right, so final preparation's done in town now. It's about 45 minutes to the start, so I'm going to head over to the start area in a minute, have a little bit of a jog on the way. Wake the legs up after a day of doing pretty much nothing, lying in bed for a lot of it. So yeah, feeling ready to go, number 55, so yeah, like our number, sounds good. The pack's feeling fully loaded, ready for a long day, long night and day on the trails. So looking forward to it. Let's do this. Alright, see you later guys, thank you, bye bye.
France, Italy, Switzerland, 105 countries together. Dig deep, give it everything. For all those miles in the mountains, for friends, for family, this is your moment.
Les soutiens officiels.
I was ready to hit that second half of the race out of Courmayeur with full steam. But the race had other plans for me. All that kind of energy that I felt like I was keeping on top of felt like it was just suddenly gone. I could run, but it was very, very slow and it was very, very painful. And as soon as I started to climb, it was quite obvious that I was in a really bad state. It felt like I was in between falling asleep or fainting and feeling very dizzy, and that's not a place you want to be when you're running on these mountain trails.
Well done, Harry. Very bad day. The past 10 hours has just been like in so much pain.
In what way?
Just everything just broken.
Donc l'arrivée certainement du troisième.
Felt alright, it felt good to curl my hair, climbed up, curl my hair.
Donc superbe course pour lui avec un temps extraordinaire
I managed to like rally some like momentum at some points, but
regardez ces images qui sont assez fantastiques. Donc
like I've already like gone way beyond like final action.
Evans qui arrive maintenant et qui passe l'arrivée. Qui passe l'arrivée en moins de 21.
No, I just don't know if I should just at least go to Trion, go to Valison.
Le japonais Takumi Sawayama qui va repartir tout à l'heure. Bravo Takumi! Takumi qui s'est permis une petite date de 5 minutes et on voit qu'il repart avec le sourire. Donc je pense que la salle va l'applaudir. Va l'applaudir
So from Chamonix to Trion was probably some of the hardest miles I've had to run. The body just was all over the place and I was really struggling, leaning on my poles and felt like I was about to fall asleep or faint at any moment. And yeah, from that point I knew that it was stupid, the race was done, and I just had to get myself to Trion and then just call it a day. And it's such a hard experience to think about those moments and to be able to be in that moment when all you want to do is complete this race. You know, obviously I wanted to be competitive in the build-up, I wanted to be competitive when I was standing on that start line, but the race had just had other ideas on the day. But I still wanted to finish the race, still wanted to get it done, but by that point I knew there was just nothing that I could do to get to that finish line from Trion, and moving on from Trion would have just been really silly. In the descent then down into Trion, I just couldn't barely run any of the descent there, and it was just really not fun at all. And it's great to see my family, my whole family was there at Trion, who were eagerly waiting to push me out there and get me to the finish line. But I think as soon as I got there, Louise could tell that I wasn't in good shape and things weren't going great. And part of me, you know, it was a very small part of me that thought, okay, maybe I can just keep going and get out of there and things will get better. But after the kind of scare that I'd had between Chamonix and Trion, where I just felt really not within myself, it just felt really silly at that point. I felt like I had to really just play it safe and to call it a day.
It's a few days since the race now, we're heading back to Wales. Definitely sad to leave the mountains, especially with the result that I got on the day. Worked really hard and just didn't come together in the race, so I was really unfortunate to have to drop out of Trion. Yeah, the race was a big struggle after climbing out Col Maya, and the body just wasn't playing ball on the day, wasn't happy, and the mind kept pushing on, and yeah, kept pushing and pushing and just trying to make it work, trying to carry some momentum forward. But yeah, it just became more and more obvious that the body had just had enough. Definitely went far beyond what I had for the day, I think. So I'm really pleased that I did push on as far as Trion after feeling pretty rough at 80k in. So it's a good effort, and yeah, nice to be out there and to give it my all. And you don't want to, I never want to drop out of a race, but I never want to drop out of a race feeling like maybe there was something else I could have done, especially when things can turn around so easy. Not so easy, but things can turn around these long ultra races if you just give it enough time and go through the processes. But hey, that's ultra racing. It's hard, it's really hard, it's not easy. Some days are great, and it all flows, some days aren't, and there's one of those days. But a lot was learned, and there's these races when it doesn't go to plan, and it's really difficult day out there, and you really have to face some real issues that you come out of it a lot stronger. So certainly know how I can improve for next time in UTMB.
It's not the race that I hoped for, it's not the race I trained for, but it's an important experience to have. It's always important to think about these races as an amazing experience either way, and it's something I look back on now, and I really got great memories from the race, even though it didn't go to plan, things didn't come back when I hoped them to from an energy perspective or find my legs again. But really, really amazing experience to be out there on the start line, to be in that race with those incredible athletes, and to be able to be in that mountain range, which is just so spectacular and so beautiful and an amazing part of the world. And the fire is still burning hot for getting back to UTMB and racing it really well and racing it strong in the future. So still got 2019 15th place to beat, so I don't know whether it'll be 2023. Maybe I might head back next year for CCC, and then the following year come back again and give UTMB another go. But I think in the build up to next time I try UTMB, I need to get, between now and then, I need to get another 100 miler in, something that is a little bit more achievable, or just a totally different course that's going to be given a different experience. And for me, with UTMB being the only 100 mile I've ever ran, I think it's really valuable for me to go off, try some new long races, get that experience under my belt before the next time. Thanks so much for the support in the lead up to the race. I love you guys. Drop me some messages and comments on Instagram and other spaces like that, and it really means a lot to me as I prepare for these big races to know that you guys have really got my back. So next time we'll come back stronger, we'll get it finished. I'm really excited for the next opportunity I have to run UTMB. I really hope some of you guys who I know are working really hard to running UTMB yourself or any of the UTMB races have that opportunity in these next few years. And it'd be great to hear how you got on if you ran in any of the UTMB races this year as well. So thanks again for watching, guys. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, share it if you want to. I really hope you gained something out of it, and I really hope it still inspires you to give UTMB a good go, or your 100-mile journey, whatever race that might be. If you're after coaching, then hit me up at harryruns.com. But in the meantime, just get out there, enjoy some trail runs, and happy running.